Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be hopping into some sky resources. Hopefully you guys are ready for that. Alright guys, so today I think we're going to start off with where we left off last episode, and that was just getting ready to automate the sieves. It's really easy to do this. Now this is saying you can auto sieve a 5x5 grid of sieves, but we're not going to do that. We're going to need a 3x3. I don't think a 5x5 is going to be necessary right now. It's really fast when it goes anyways. But this is going to be something that we're going to work on. So we have basically the main part already set up. We already have this with the vacuum set up, ready to go. Like it's going to pull items in, you know, it's going to suck them right up in there. And so any dropped items should be fine. Now, we do have to destroy like some of this building to get some of this stuff done. So we're going to need things like stone axles. So let's go ahead and get those. Actually, if we just search at Exiled, it should pull right up everything that we're going to need. So we're going to need sticks, wood, all those basic crafting materials that, you know, you need for just about everything. All the cobblestone. I'm going to do 2 stacks of cobblestone for right now. And then we're just going to go ahead and craft some of this stuff up. So first thing is we need to make some gears. And that includes wooden gears. I think we just need 4 for right now. So there's that. And then the stone axles require gears in themselves. So we're going to need, what, 7 gears, I think? So we're going to need a gear for this. Or we need an axle for this. We need an axle for this as well. So that'll be 9 stone gears. There we go. And then we need to make the stone rods, which are super easy to make now, by the way. And that should get us 9. Perfect. Okay, and then we need 2 pistons. I have 2 levers on me. I already have the gears were being made. Let's see. I have the gears in here. 2 of those. Let's actually go ahead and get this fixed. It means there's 2 nuggets worth in there. There we go. Swap that back over. Get our copper. And then back into the... Actually, you know, let's swap this. I want copper to be my gears. Okay. So, back to what we were working on. Then we need our flat water wheels. This is probably why we need 8. Let's take a look. We have the 8 completed. Then we actually need to make our pistons, which I'm just missing a little bit of. Hopefully I don't need to go back and get more wood, even though I probably will. Never fails. But there's that. And I mean, setting this guy up is not that hard. I love how large this actual image is, by the way. And that should get us 4. The more of them that we have, though, the faster it's going to go in the long run. So having the axles, I mean, I think we're just going to make them water wheels. Right. Because if we have them in the ground, here's what I plan on doing. I'm gonna show you guys here real quick how everything's gonna flow. So there's gonna be a chest here, and we're gonna have it set up down here. Now there is lava. We got to be careful because there is some lava down here. And I think I'm gonna have it set up against the wall on the back. Still kind of figuring this out. Exactly my plan of how I'm gonna get this set up. But if I set the sieve there, and if I remember correctly, this goes like that, yes. And then I need to get this facing the right direction. I think it was this way is where the wheels actually connect. Where did that place? Okay, so that's... I don't think that's... I gotta look at this real quick. So that links that way. And that's opposite of this. So yeah, we need to have this turn the other direction. Just like so. Let's go ahead and break this guy. Break you. And this will connect to all of these. I think it clips through blocks. You don't really have to worry about it. It just goes right directly through them. What I'm worried about is hitting this lava over here. And we could drop all these sieves down one, but I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal. And I don't think that, yeah, it doesn't work when it's down one. Okay. So, let's go ahead and set this up. Ash blocks. So we have a placing block right here. And then we're going to place the siever right there. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the wheels can actually clip through. And the water's going to go right here. Like so. All the way down. We're going to have water. On this wall. Yes, that is exactly how it goes. And I think it honestly, it may go through the wall above. Just a little bit. But that's okay. I'm more worried about the lava than I am anything. I know this is probably really dark in here. I'm surprised I'm not getting... Oh, there he is. I'm surprised I wasn't getting the Grood sound. Or Grew. Let me grab a torch real quick. Getting the water down here is going to be the harder part. Okay. Almost done. There we go. And voila. And we have access to everything. So I am going to put a block down here to sort of block the water. I don't think it's honestly going to matter too much. Let me break this placement block. Because getting in here to place the water is going to be the hard part. Okay, so here's the wall. We'll place water along all of this. And now it's just time to go get the water, basically. Then we can close everything up. But getting the water is going to be the hard part, for sure. I did set up automation over here for it. Basically, I have leaves going into a hopper, and then it's just outputting water into a Buildcraft tank. This is going to get me tons of water. And I'm going to show you, just going down here, that if you place water right here, it should start its spinning. Okay, it looks like it's on the other side, technically. I don't think it matters, but the way the animation shows, it is on this side. Does it even matter? It's so weird looking. Like, I guess it doesn't... It goes the opposite of whatever side you're on. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay. It doesn't matter. As long as there's flowing water, it will be fine. And it's already working, technically. But the more water you have, the faster those will go. And that's what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to go ahead and get them all set up, and I'll be back. All right, so I got all the water placed. As you can see, it is spinning really fast now down there. You know, you can see it kind of going. The gears are spinning. Everything's looking fancy. Now, what we want to do is we want to attach the hopper to this auto sifter right here. Make sure it's connected to it. I'm just using a regular wooden hopper. It doesn't matter. And then we just connect our chest, just like that. And this is where we're going to input our items, like this. And as you can see, it will auto sift for us. At least it should anyways. Looks like it's taking a little bit longer. But that's fine. It does work though. I think if we add more to, like if we add more of those water wheels to the back, it will be a lot faster. I think I've done them before where I had like 12 of them, and 12 seemed to be pretty fast. About the same as when, as if I was sifting it. But what we can do now is straight up just put it in here and just let it do its thing. Like, I don't have to babysit it. And we can just throw this ash block in here and just let it do its thing, really. Look at it go. And of course, it's going to draw them in here. Oh, we forgot a water well. I'm actually going to go fix that, so we can actually have another one. Because like I said, the more you have, the faster this thing will go. And as you know, they're really cheap to make. So I might end up making more of them. The only thing I'm worried about is this lava being right here. And where this is positioned is right there. So it is like right here. So maybe I won't run into lava. I don't know. I might not. That could be a good thing. But yeah, all you have to do is go back here where it ended up falling. There it is. And I'll just add my other one to it. So let me go ahead and get this kind of cleared out so I have room. And yeah, of course the water's going to spill in, but that's to be expected. And we'll just slap that on there. Put my water source. And call it a day. And I can always come back here and add more. So yeah, you can see how it gets slower down here and speeds up faster up here. But that's just how it works. It's going to be that way. It just looks like it's going slower back here. But that's basically, I don't know if you guys know how torque works. It's kind of how that's working. But yeah, I can kind of see it now. So good. I'll probably leave this one open so I can kind of know where it's at. And hopefully everything else works inside. That will be the ultimate test. Okay, blocks must be in a closed room. That's probably saying that this is not closed. Now, let's see what it says. I bet it's saying it's a closed room now. Yes. I don't know. That's kind of weird. But yeah, it's working. Look at that. We're gathering all of our stuff. I'll take the ash and we're good to go. All right. So what I'm going ahead and doing is I'm making this Flint Stiffen mesh. And I'm just upgrading a section of it just so we can get some of the materials that come from this. And as you can see, bam. And I'm just going to throw a bit more of this in there. Let it kind of do its thing. Now, we have a bunch of materials here. And we're fixing to move on into another sort of interesting section of this pack. And that is moving into sky resources. So, if you followed my Modern Skyblock 3 series, this is going to be very familiar to you. Very familiar. As you can see, it says right here, now that I have sulfur, I can make some sort of explosive materials. It says, if I contain that explosion in some special structure, I might be able to make some crystal shards. So if we take a look at the crystal shards recipe, or CRY, I guess shards, if I can spell today. So crystal shards. So we need a combustion chamber. I guess they want us to make stone, which is a little bit faster and more efficient. And it's going to require some sort of heat. And then I don't think we can make alchemical stuff yet. No. But yeah, it's the combustion is what they want us to make. So this guy is kind of interesting how it works. I need some sort of fuel that goes in the combustion chamber. And then we place clear glass in there and we should get crystal shards out of that. That's how it should work. And it wants us to go ahead and make the stone one. Now this says block must be enclosed in the stone casing. The stone casing must be enclosed in a room at least 20 blocks in interior size and at least 32 exposed concrete. So we're gonna have to make a separate room for this thing. And yeah, well, we might be able to try and fit it in here. I don't think we can. I don't think we're going to be able to get it in here. The only way I could see getting it in here would be to expand off the back here and make us a separate room so we can get to it from the back. But that's an iffy. We'd have to move all these chests and stuff, which isn't hard. I mean, we can pick up the chests. So, We'll figure it out as we go. Yeah, but we could put it right here technically. But this guy is pretty interesting in how it works. But yeah, these things do require like stone gear, and I'm cooking up some more stone so that we have more. But right now, I mean, we pretty much have everything we need. But we do need gunpowder. And gunpowder is used making the coal dust. We need niter and we need sulfur. So, coal dust. We should be getting sulfur and niter, just like that. So I think this added together makes pulverized coal. So if you do this little number, we should get gunpowder. There we go. I'm going to throw this back in there. Everything but the gunpowder anyways. And yeah, let this kind of do its thing. Okay. So, now that we have that done, let me kind of get rid of some of the flint that I have, stone. I just have a lot of junk on me. There we go. And all of our sticks and stuff we don't really need. Okay. So let's go to Sky Resources. And we're going to be making the stone casing for one thing. So we are going to need some sticks. And we should be able to get those fairly quick. Cobblestone. There's that. And just stone. All right, then next we are going to make the stone combustion chamber. This guy right here. This is the one that requires the gunpowder. And everything else gets surrounded by stone. And we get the stone combustion chamber. He did mention the dropper, saying that we could use the dropper to drop items in, which is actually pretty decent. You can do that. So here's the dropper. It is a lever and looks like cobblestone, right? Yes, a lever and cobblestone. I'm glad the lever recipe is still the same. So there we go. So we now have everything. We should be able to make this. I just need to figure out where to place this thing. Because it should be pretty easy to set up. We just need to figure out where to place it. So, let me go ahead and do that. Alright, so I have everything set up. I went ahead and made this extra room off to the back. And what it is it's that circle that is back here that I was planning on making the towers off of. I think this actually works out really good. And then I also took the wooden slabs that we had up at the top, and I moved them over here to kind of make a sort of roof pattern with them, just to kind of make things look a little bit nicer. You know, maybe eventually we'll add lights and stuff up here. I don't know. Whenever we get those things unlocked and such. But let's go ahead and get this thing set up. So, the stone combustion heater. Now, this guy is a bit, like a bit weird how it works. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I have to really show you. But you place down your stone casting, and then you place this inside of it. You place your actual block inside, and you see right here the multi-block is not formed. Now it wants you to use clear glass. You can do that. You don't have to use clear glass around it. I don't think you do anyways. But for demonstration, so we can kind of see what items are inside, we will use that. But you just set this up around it, and then you can of course break your stone from underneath. It's no big deal to have this stuff gone. And then I'm going to put a button here. A button on the bottom. Just a button there. You know, nothing really big. And then apparently we need to get this dropper down. I think I can break this glass. Can I? Can I break the glass? Yes. We need to get a dropper facing downward. That's probably going to be the hardest part. Is getting the hopper to face downward. Is it facing downward? I can't tell. No, it's not. Actually, let's just make a button for that as well. Okay, so it is working. Okay, so it does go down. All right, and then yeah, we'll just put this back the way we had it. I wonder if we can like click the glass onto the button. There it goes. Perfect. So yeah, this guy's basically set up. It's literally that simple to have a little combustion guy in here. The only problem is you can't place down the frame unless you have the amount of items in it. Now, we need to get some fuel in there. You can use wood, you can use charcoal, you can use whatever you have available, and it should all fuel this thing. And you're going to see we get a EU, or an 8, is it a EU? It's HU level there. And we're at 80% efficiency, and we're at, or 80% speed, and the efficiency production is 100%, so we won't lose anything, nor will we gain anything. And if we take a look at what this glass is used for in the combustion, 1 equals 8 crystal shards. So we should test that out. 1, drop it in, hit the button, voila. 1 crystal shard, or 8 crystal shards. Now that should have completed this, right? That is the section that it completed. All right, so we have the automated explosive. So this is getting into the iron combustion and stuff. It says, to be able to make more shards at a time, I'll need to upgrade the combustion heater and casting. Also, it says I can probably automate the gathering of the resulting shards. And to do that, of course, all of these things are awesome. The combustion collector is really good. And then the crucible, this is something we're going to be using here in a minute. Okay, so we have the condenser. Now, this is another multi-block. It's a little bit different. Okay, so it says with the crystal shards, I might be able to crystallize the dust into gems and crystallize. I'll need to put the condenser into a casting, or need to put the condenser into a casting, as well as pour liquefied crystal shards on top of it. Okay, to put in the condenser. So we've done all this before. Let's see. Let's see. Sky resources. Is the fluid dropper there? Yes, it is. Okay, so I do know how to set this up. My question is, with the condenser, the iron condenser, how expensive is it and what does it require? That is the question. The iron casting, okay, so it just requires an iron gear. So it looks like we can get the iron gear from here. I don't know if I have any iron gears going, so I might want to make some of those. So I'll get some iron gears going. Get all this stuff out of here. And we'll just throw that in there and let that do its job while we wait. Okay. So we have that. The condenser is a little bit taller. I think it's going to be a little bit taller than this. I do believe. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a crucible, because we're going to need that. I'm going to go ahead and gather the few things I'm going to need. It doesn't tell you everything you're going to need for the crystal, for the condenser. So a fluid dropper is something you are going to need. But you're going to need a setup for this. All right, so setting up this condenser should be fairly easy. Let's go ahead and get the condenser itself. There's the iron condenser. We are going to need the frame. I'm going to go ahead and make an iron casting, because I should have now an iron gear. Let's go ahead and make this. This will just make it more efficient for us to have that iron casing. There we go. And we can kind of put this thing right here. Why not? Why not on the opposite side of that? Okay, so for this, let's go ahead and place a block inside. I'm going to use trapdoors for this, just because I've used trapdoors in the past, and they work perfect for this, because it keeps everything looking nice and condensed. Okay, so the fluid's going to go in here. It is a hot fluid. Let's actually leave a block here. There we go. And then we're going to take 2 fluid droppers. This is mostly to kind of keep up with the amount of fluid that we're going to be generating. So we have 2 fluid droppers. Now we can go ahead and break this. There we go. And then we're going to set up our crucible. Now we are going to need a bucket of lava. That is pretty easy to find around here because there's lava all over the place. Right over here is where I'm going to grab it from. So let's get our lava. Wow, I can't believe we haven't used our iron bucket to pick up lava yet. Well, now we have it. So yeah, well, let's go back over here. And the crucible, we're going to put lava underneath the crucible. I think this is going to be one of the better ways of doing this. And I can put the thing right here, actually. I'm going to place it here. And the reason I want to place it here is because I need to have access to the top. Open access. Okay. All right, so the next thing. We need to get some fluid pipes. And of course, to output fluids, we need a wooden hopper, or a wooden transport pipe. We also need to make it so that way it can transport fluids. So a wooden fluid pipe. Just like that. We'll connect that to that guy. And of course that gets activated for some reason. And then I'm going to use golden for this, just to make it a little bit faster. It doesn't have to be golden, but I went ahead and made golden because I already have the ingots for it. Oops, did not mean to place you there. Can I have you back? Please. There went my pick. There we go. And then I need one more. And then we can call it Quitzo here. There we go. And that's going to pump fluid into the dropper here. And now I can, of course, close all of this. And what we can do is now throw these shards in here. And this should crystallize stuff for us. Once this turns into actual crystal fluid, it should work. Let me go ahead and make sure that this stays in there. Let me back away for a second. We'll make a lever. And we'll hook up one of the engines to it. You know, we can actually hook the engine up to the back side, so it's kind of out of the way. Turn it on. It's going to start filling up and pumping this thing. Pumping that fluid. It should pump all the way up to the top. And should start filling up the droppers. And the droppers will then drop the fluid here. Good. So everything's nice and set up. Looks fairly nice. Now we have to go on to some of the next steps. All right. So with the crystallizer, I should be able to make my first resources. Let's do some tests with coal and burnium. Okay. So coal. What is the test with coal? Condenser. Coal. Pulverized coal with the fluid will give us coal. Okay, so we need to put pulverized coal in here. And what we can do actually is put a hopper on the bottom. That's something else that we need to do to kind of automate this thing. I think putting a wooden hopper would be perfect. So let's do that. Nothing better than a good old-fashioned wooden hopper. And then we have chests already. So this should make this fairly easy. And just like this guy is basically automated and ready to go. All we have to do, I mean, we could put a hopper here as well, or pipe items into it. Hoppers, if we removed one of these side trapdoors, we could put a chest there and have a hopper going to the side. And we're probably going to do that for sure. But the tiny piles of coal, this turns into pulverized coal dust. And that should net us some coal. So let's try this out. So this is going to take a little bit of time. It is at 100% speed, so it goes pretty fast. But our efficiency, we should get actually more than just one every time. So if we watch this again, and as you can see, this is the level of the actual fluid, I do believe. Or this is our efficiency level. There's 2. So technically, out of that 1 dust, we've gotten already 3. That is 3 coal out of 1 dust. And we just moved on to the next one. So yeah, I mean, it's really efficient. I'm not going to lie. It's really good for our coal. And I mean, it just used another bucket here. But yeah, making these shards is very easy to do. I mean, and you can make multiples at a time. So I do believe if we look here under uses, this uses 200 HU. This thing supports 600 HU, so we can do 3 at a time. We can drop all 3. I think it won't drop all 3. You have to drop all 3 manually. Oh. And then, well, wait for it to fill up. Maybe you only do 2 at a time. I think there's an issue like that, where it only does 2 at a time or something like that. There we go. It won't like use its max because it guess it doesn't set right exactly on that mark. Okay, so we got it set up. That's not too bad. So a good way to kind of automate this is the Crucible Inserter. And this is going to make this a little bit easier. So we need a dropper and some iron. So you guys remember how the dropper was. It was literally a lever surrounded with cobblestone. That's a dropper. And then we just needed iron. And this guy is almost automated, like, entirely. Wasn't it like that? Oh, it's to the side. There we go. So this goes on top of your crucible. And you can literally just throw your crystal shards in there, and they don't have to rest in the world. You can also use this for leaves as well, for our other one that we have. And it'll basically be your water generator. And look at it go. I mean, it's going to continue to go and go and go. To automate this, a redstone timer is about the only way I know to automate it. I've set it up before with a redstone timer. And this dropper would also have to have some sort of timer, but honestly, right here is the way to automate it. So we'll be getting here soon. Probably next episode we'll have that up, and that fully automates this section. But yeah, that's really cool. I wonder, is any other materials? Can you make them inside this? Doesn't look like it. So it's literally just those 2 materials. And I'm guessing to get the other material that we were looking at would be to take this stuff and make it into borium dust. Or burnium, sorry. Burnium, not borium. So, yeah, not bad. Also, we did get some tiny piles of lapis. I didn't know if that was actually a quest. I did see that it was a part of here, so getting the tiny piles of lapis, we did complete it. We do need to make the iron stiffen mesh. Now, that is a issue, because I was looking to get the iron stiffen mesh, or just look up mesh, I guess. We need this iron mesh, which is these iron strands. And I was looking at how to get the iron strands themselves. And you get them from iron cutters, or iron clippers. So we'll get working on that soon. I did go ahead and upgrade them, like I said, to the flint stiffened. And then I'll upgrade these again to the iron. And then I'll make our output even better, and then I'll work on getting all of them set to that. But yeah, this is automated, guys. This is ready to go. It is working. The only way to make it faster is by either changing the casing or upgrading some other things like that. But yeah, we're doing good. This is automated, basically. At least this setup is. The only thing we need to do is add a hopper, or add a chest here. I don't want to break this because this fluid just spills out everywhere, and it's hard to contain once you have it spilled on the floor. But, I mean, it's doing good. We're doing pretty good. Well, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video a thumbs up. I highly recommend it. And as always, thanks for watching.
Let's go!